Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, MyZone and Zoshi Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zoshi Online.
Good day, class. Today we are going to have a quick road safety lesson. Step 1. Always stop when you get to the road. Step 2. You have to make sure to look left, right and left again. And as soon as you don't hear or see any more cars, then you are free to cross the road. Remember everyone, look left, right and left again. Now everyone, I hope that you will continue to cross the road safely. I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello everyone, welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Hartung and our theme this week is plants and growth. Now once again we have to remember to sanitize before we do anything else, boys and girls. Remember, sanitizing keeps us free from all the nasty germs. Now let's see what we are going to learn about today. Today's lesson is about times tables, and we are also going to do 2D and 3D shapes. Today we are doing times tables and shapes. Let's start by turning our booklets to page 26. Now on page 26 we have a lot of interesting times tables. You will see there is a long list of sums that you have to complete. So I have done a few examples for you on the board. So let's quickly have a look at how you can complete your times tables. So the first example I took was 3 times question mark is equal to 27. So now we have to figure out how much do we have to times 3 to get to the number 27. So what I have done is I made little groups of 3 dots for myself. So now I want us to count all the dots and then we see how many groups of dots did we have to make to get 27. Will you count with me? Great job. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So we counted 27. But we still don't know how many groups we have. So let's see. How many times did we make groups of 3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, how many times do we have groups of 3? We have it 9 times. So now we can go ahead and say 3 times 9 is equal to 27. Okay, now let's do the next example. It says 5 times 5 is equal to how much? Let's see. So we have made groups of 5 again. Let's count the dots and see how many dots we get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, now we know we have 25 dots. But how many groups do we have? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we know we have 5 times 5. And what did we say our answer will be? 25. So 5 times 5 equals to 25 because we have 5 dots per group and we have 5 groups here. Okay, so remember, when you get a sum, multiplication sum or times tables, you can make little groups of numbers for yourself to find the answer. Right. Now, boys and girls, we want you to complete all the other sums that you have on page 26. But before you continue, let's quickly turn our booklets to page 27. Now here we are dealing with shapes. So today we are going to talk about and look at 2D shapes and 3D shapes. Okay, now what are 2D shapes and what are 3D shapes? Now before we get to that, I first want us to look at the examples given on page 27. Can you see there are 3 shapes given? And it says, name the shape. The first shape is a rectangular prism. Say it with me, rectangular prism. The second shape is a cube. Let's say it together, cube. There we go. And the third shape is a cylinder. Say it with me, cylinder. Right. Now that you know some shapes, let's move on. Let's look at the second part. It says, draw the following 3D shapes and also provide the 2D name. Okay, so there you will see on the one side of the table you have a space for your 3D shapes, and on the other side of the table you have a space for your 2D shapes. Okay, now if you go back to the first part of the page and you look at your rectangular prism, your cube, your cylinder, these are all examples of 3D shapes. Okay, now on the board I have a few examples for you. So you can also work from these examples. So the first one is a rectangular prism. Remember, we said earlier that it is a 3D shape. Now, a 3D shape is a shape that shows all the sides of this shape, okay? And because you can see all the angles, it is called 3D, okay? Because it has all the different sides. When we say it becomes, or when it becomes a 2D shape, it only shows the shape from one angle. Okay, right. Or you can actually, let me put up this one. So we say a rectangular prism. What will the 2D version of a rectangular prism be? Let's see. So what I have here is a picture of a rectangle. So it is the 2D version. Okay, so for 2D you only see the two sides of this shape. Okay, the next example is the sphere. Now a sphere is the 3D version of which shape do you think? What does this one look like? That's right, grade 3s, it looks like a circle. Okay, but it is drawn in a way where you can sort of see the inside of the circle as well. And this is now why we call it a sphere, because it is in 3D. But if we put it in 2D, it becomes a circle. There we go. So, let's see. The third example is an example of a cube. Can you all see? Cube. Okay? And what shape do you think this look like? That's right, it looks like a square. So, your cube is your 3D version of a square. And the square is the 2D version of your cube. Okay, so I'm just going to put it on this side so we have enough space. So our rectangular prism, the 2D version is a rectangle. Sphere in 3D is a circle in 2D. And a cube in 3D becomes a square in 2D. Okay, so you can now go back to page 27 and look at all the other shapes and read what they are, and then you can draw in the 3D version as well as the 2D version of this shape. Now I'm going to leave you to go back to finishing your times tables and drawing the rest of your shapes, and we will be back after this short break.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoe and Zoshi.
We have come to the end of our lesson today. Now, before we go home, before we end off, remember, boys and girls, we always have to remember to sanitize. Remember, if you don't have sanitizer, you can always just wash your hands with water and soap for about 10 seconds. Now, before we go, my friend Zoshi promised me that we are going to go plant some flowers. So, oh, there he is. I was just about to call Zoshi. Zoshi, you are quite on time today. So, boys and girls, from Zoshi and I, we say goodbye.
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF, My Zone Online School, Amos Meerkat Syllabus, and Capricorn Foundation.